Hey guys, welcome to the Homestead. So last week we had our podcast on Sunday night, and towards the end of the podcast, I think the question came up about water, rainfall, and homesteading in the desert. And I want to go ahead and tell you, I think I made a mistake. So I have always been of the opinion that you cannot make it work when homesteading in the desert. And I've said that often, and I want to say that I was wrong. Okay, I was wrong there. Someone mentioned a homestead channel on YouTube called Handyman. And so I was like, oh, okay. I saw that at the end of the podcast, and after the podcast was over, I went and I watched a number of his videos. Handyman on YouTube. Really well put together channel. I believe it's a young couple, and I think they're expecting their first baby. I saw one of the videos that suggested that. I didn't watch the video, but I saw the thumbnail. And so, small family, young family, and they're building a homestead in the Arizona desert. I think they're somewhere between like Tombstone and Tucson. So I saw a number of his videos, and he's doing it. I mean, I have long maintained the fact that, a place in the desert that gets somewhere between 10 inches or less, 10 to 6 inches, around that area, 10 to 6 inches of rain per year, it's just not manageable if you want to have the average American lifestyle that most of us enjoy today. But I was wrong. I mean, they're doing it. He has gone and definitely done a great job of collecting water and using that water for his homestead. However, and in life there is always a however. While I was wrong about that, you can't do it. Obviously this guy is doing it. This guy has a great philosophy on his channel, Handyman. And his philosophy is a problem is not a problem. A problem is only a problem that needs to be solved. And I just thought that was brilliant. Let me say it again. A problem is not a problem. A problem is only a problem that needs to be solved. And so how he solved his problem is he went out and he built about 3,000 square foot rain catchment roof that was actually lying on the ground, and that collects his water. And so, it's a brilliant way, to solve a problem, to collect your rainwater. Again, there's a however here coming. And in life, there's always a however. This is a young family, and I have not done a whole lot of research into Handyman. I just subscribed to his channel. And so I think that, I don't know if he has a lot of gardening videos, but I know for here, our garden uses a lot of water. In some years, I don't even have to water my garden because it rains enough that I don't have to. But good soil, nutritious soil for your plants is going to take water. It takes moisture for the microbes in that soil to be able to feed the root nodules of those plants. It's as simple as that. And if you're not getting the rainfall, you have to use the water that you're collecting. So I know, at least I believe that they're vegans. The Handyman family are vegans because he was wearing a shirt one time that said vegan. And I'm wondering, where are his gardens? He mentioned in one video that he didn't have any fruit trees because if he wanted fruit trees, he was definitely going to have to collect more water. And he's a small family. It's just him and his wife. And probably a baby on the way. So, again, he spent, I think what it was, $12,000 for a 3,000 square foot rain catchment in the desert, which does collect enough water for right now for him and his wife on their homestead, with water left over. But if you add in a large garden, if you add in fruit trees, and you add in additional members of your family, which means, larger house. Right now they're in a small house, 200 square foot. I think you're going to have to have another problem needing to be solved, because I don't know if you're going to be able to get that water, from that rain catchment system, or you may have to build a bigger rain catchment system. Now, here's the main part of the however. The rain catchment system, according to him, was 3,000 square foot, and that, along with the water tanks, cost around, based on what he said, and I added it all together, was about $12,000. $12,000 is out of the reach of the normal person. So, I kind of almost have to maintain my original point, that if you want to have the average lifestyle of an American person living in America today, and the water consumption that's consumed by the average American family, you're going to have, some kind of major solution to this problem, or you're going to have a lifestyle change. I like his philosophy. A problem is not a problem. A problem is only a problem that needs to be solved. That is brilliant. And that's the thing I tell people. I mean, and that right there is the epitome of homesteading. It's having a positive attitude. And we've done videos. We did a whole video on, what it takes to be a homesteader and succeed. It's a positive attitude. That's a positive attitude. But I still think, and I'm going to maintain, even though I said I was wrong, I'm wrong. I was wrong about that. This guy is doing it, but he's doing it with a lot of money. That is out of reach for the majority of most of my viewers, okay? That's out of reach. Most of us don't have $12,000 to put down on rain tanks and a 3,000 square foot rain catchment. Not to mention, I don't know if they have, I could probably do some more research. Do they have dust storms in Arizona? Because that would definitely clog up that rain catchment system. Because if that platform gets covered up, you're going to have to clean it off. And if it washes off, he does have pipe washouts he can clean. But, there's just a lot of issues, I think, with that. If I want to homestead, and because homesteading is hard. It's hard work. It's stressful on a family. That's one of the reasons I tell people, listen, you and your spouse must be on the same page. You must be fully committed to this lifestyle if you're going to do it, because it will strain a marriage to destruction if you're not. If you're not both dedicated to this, you're going to have major problems. And so having that positive outlook, having that we can do it and you're unified on your goals, you can do almost anything. However, it's easier if you go the easy path instead of the harder path. That being living in a place or homesteading a place where there is adequate rainfall, where you have water that is plentiful, where you don't have to worry and stress about feeding your crops. Even in the place where I live, where we get 50 inches of rainfall a year, we get rainstorms sometimes, I'm not kidding, where they're 5 or 8 inches at a time. 5 or 8 inches at a time. That's amazing. We don't have to worry about water here. But, but sometimes, even farmers, when they have large crops and large fields, sometimes if the water comes all at once, or they go 3 months without rain, and they can't, water their large fields, they miss out that year. They lose that year. Me, it's easy. I have a garden. I can go out and water my stuff with a water can if I want to, but some of these farmers can't. So, bottom line is this. I was wrong. You can make it work in the Arizona desert. If you spend enough money, you can almost solve any problem. You throw enough money at a problem and time, you can solve almost any problem. However, for the average person, that particular solution is out of reach. $12,000 for a rain catchment system, I can't afford that. Our rain catchment system, we have the ability we have a 5,000 gallon storage capacity on our homestead combined, and I'd have to ask Tim, but I know it didn't cost $12,000. We basically pieced it together as we needed it, and have made changes to it throughout the years to better it and enhance it. But yeah, $12,000 is out of reach. So while I believe you can do it out there, it's much easier if you do it somewhere else. That's what I believe. I'm going to enjoy his channel. He's got lots of great ideas out there, definite ideas that I can apply, definite ideas that other people can apply on their homesteads, maybe even larger or smaller scale than what he's doing it. So all these homestead channels out there, you can get great ideas from. I just think that it's going to vary depending on where you are. And while sometimes you can solve almost any problem if you throw enough time and money at it, it's a lot easier to solve a problem by, eliminating the problem. And the problem of no rainfall can be easily eliminated by moving to a place where there is rainfall. It's that simple. So, all right. Yeah, that's my video on that. It's really less stress by living here and not having to worry about water. Right now, all of my tanks are full, every single one. It's been raining, constantly on a regular basis, and I love it. All right, guys, we'll leave it at that. See you next time on the Homestead.